Hey, it's daylight. I just thought I'd come in and spout some words. This is just a reminder. Don't get mad at the world when you've made choices that are adversely affecting you and people aren't coming to save you. Because the thing is, when you're going through karma because of drama or ill intent or usury or fuckery or whatever it is you do, don't get mad at the world because things aren't working out for you. The thing is, you can go around and charade and parade as if you have angel wings. You can put on a front, you can copy other people. But in the end, if you're wearing horns and a tail, it's gonna come to light what you're doing. And it's normally through what's going on in your world, you know? You can slam doors, you can be hostile, you can be bossy, you can try to tell people what to do. But at the same time, all you're doing is trying to pull people into your fire. Smart people will walk away. Smart people will ignore it. Smart people will say, not my monkey, not my circus. I've tried my whole life to help people heal, to help them feel loved, to help them be seen and heard. And I've started learning that the more some of those people feel empowered by that sense, the more drama and chaos they're capable of presenting to the world. So I've had to learn to pull back and say, you do you, boo. You have fun with that. I'm not you, you're not me. We have different skill sets, we have different mindsets, we have different intentions. And I have to step back and let people eat their own karma, because justice is always served. And I think a lot of people forget what goes around comes around. Don't forget what you're putting out, because at some point, if you're wicked and nasty, what do you think you're gonna get? You're gonna get a mansion that's gonna stay? Or are you gonna get the freedom to enjoy life? Are you gonna keep chasing what you are trying to manipulate out of others, which is their money, their time, their energy? Because if you go around using people, just know the only thing you're gonna have done to you is to be used. You have to get back in touch with spirit. You have to get back in touch with that part of you that is loving and nurturing and kind and supportive of others and truly wants to see the world become a better place. Because we can either stay in victim mentality and survival mode and stomp our feet and act like babies and throw temper tantrums and be like, why me? Well, if you're not offering anything good, then that's why you. And it's hard watching it, yes. It's hard seeing wicked people fall prey to their own games. But at the same time, it's the circle of life. It's that thing that says you're not going to be rewarded wholeheartedly if you function half-heartedly, or not at all. You cannot keep manipulating and using people. And if you find that you're in a situation where someone's doing that to you, please step out of it. It is a leap of faith. It is something that you might go from one situation to the next and be like, oh, it didn't necessarily help, but it didn't hurt. It's not comfortable, but it's a stepping stone. So when we get to a point where, like right now, my life is transitioning. I know this is not a permanent situation. It took me out of another situation to allow me to have that time and space that's needed to turn inward and focus. Because when we turn inward and we focus, we start asking ourselves, not why me, but what did that teach me? What can I do differently? How can I change the situation? What did I need to allow for myself to allow me to level up? Because when it comes down to it, we teach people how we're willing to let them treat us. And a lot of people are okay with being treated in an ill manner because it's the norm. I was in that boat for a long time. I was that person that was like, "Oh, I'm a doormat. Wipe your feet. Feel better." You feel better? Good. I can deal with it. I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad person. Things like that. And now these days I've had to learn, if I tell you no, doesn't make me a bad person. If I tell you go fuck yourself, it doesn't make me a bad person. If I stand up for myself, it doesn't make me a bad person. It just means that I love myself enough to say, you know what? I'm not playing your devilish game. You are not going to gaslight me. You are not going to disempower me and take all my good for yourself and turn around and use it in a way that is going to momentarily benefit you. Because that's the thing about people that are opportunist. They look for the quick reward. It's like playing scratch offs and lottery and all that. Not judging you if that's what you do. I'm just saying it's looking for the quick win. But the whole thing about growing and leveling up, it's not quick and it's not painless. It's something that it definitely requires extreme courage, strength, faith. You got to keep going. It is something that once you feel that fire underneath you that you've placed there for yourself, that drive begins. And then you're like, I got to keep going. Because if you stop at any point, you're going to let your flame smolder out. And then you're going to go back to just being coals. You didn't even burn hot enough to create ashes to be the phoenix to rise from the ashes. So when it comes down to it, you got to feel the burn. It's just like being in the gym. It's going to be uncomfortable. For a lot of you women that have actually been pregnant before, you know how uncomfortable that baby is. That baby lets you know, like, I want out. I'm not, I feel so confined in here. And that's the same with ourselves. As our ego has to die and our spirit is rising, there's a transition that has to occur. And it's not comfortable because the world around you, for the most part, is egotistical. That's easy to fit into. But when your spirit's crying out and going, I don't want to do this. I don't want to remain in this. Once you cross that threshold and say, no more. I'm not going to function out of a selfish, entitled need for myself. I want to do it for the greater good. I want to do it to build generational wealth. I want to do it to help my children. I want to do it for the next generation. I want to see the world become a happy place that smiles again. It's just a change of mindset. It's saying that I deserve better. And if I deserve better, then the world is going to get better. It's going to get the better version of me. And in return, I'm going to get the better reflection of the world. So that's where it comes into leveling up, because you have to change what it is you're seeking. You can chase money and tail all day long, but how is that going to be gratifying at the end when, let's say, everything just goes offline and that money is now null and void? What happens when your looks fade? What happens when there's nobody there around you when it's your final moments and then all you're doing is thinking about all the things that you coulda, shoulda, woulda? Don't live in a shoulda, coulda, woulda mind. It's I did. Then vidi vici, I came, I saw, I conquered. You want to conquer that ego within you that says, I deserve that, that's mine. And then we'll do anything to take it, even if you didn't put forth the effort and all you did was steal the energy and then turn around and use it. It's like the other night I was sitting outside thinking, and I thought, I'm the one that basically gives the fuel for them to burn me with their fire. I don't know if I posted that video because there was a couple videos I made that I was like, I'm just going to leave it at that. But either way it went, I came to the realization that when I allow others to mistreat me, pull me down, lower my vibration, I'm giving them all the ammo, which is the control over me, to destroy me. It takes a very strong mind to turn around and go, huh, good try. I know me. You can judge me all day long because all you're doing is telling me about yourself. You don't know a damn thing about me. And if you did know something about me, you'd know that you're wasting your time and energy and you're going to have to go somewhere else, because I have a circle of light, a bubble of protection around myself, my family, and my loved ones. That's that connection with spirit. That's that thing that says, I'm unstoppable. I'm here to change the world. I'm here to shake it up. I'm here to create a new paradigm that says we all matter. 11/11 was when I said we all matter. Understand that there's a lot of aspects. We educate ourselves daily. We educate ourselves on how to save money with DIY projects. We educate ourselves on making recipes that might impress others or something that maybe will work for ourselves. We educate ourselves on how to try to become healthy in a toxic world. But very few people even discuss the concept of healing, becoming better. I remember when my son was little and he was acting up a lot. I didn't have to, but I chose to go buy a book, How to Change My Behavior So My Child Will Change Theirs, because they are sponges. The world functions on watching. Monkey see, monkey do. And as I did that, his behavior changed. But there were still aspects to him that he was very hyper and energetic. Same thing. Almost like a carbonated drink that's ready to just because you shook it. Then I had to research diet, how to change that. There were things that I had to learn that allowed me to help my children. Inadvertently, that turned around and that helped me as a parent. I didn't have to raise my voice. They were more attentive. They actually wanted to learn. They were more loving. They understood rather than always just hearing fuzz, like static, because they're so overpowered with a false sense of energy. It's like us with energy drinks. As we drink the energy drinks, it's like, oh, I can conquer the world, as it wears off. And it's like you have that caffeine crash. And it becomes this habitual cycle of feel good, feel bad, feel good, feel bad. And it's, overworking the system to the point that there's no gain. Eventually, it just becomes a mechanical error, a malfunction, to where we have to go, how do I get out of it? I was at a point, it was a crossroads. And now I'm at the crossroads knowingly and looking all directions. Attentive in the matter of what's next. And the best thing you can do for yourself when you find yourself at those crossroads is to have friends that are supportive, that will listen, that sometimes might even have useful advice. But you have to learn to listen from your heart. You have to learn to shut your brain off and tell the ego to die down, quiet down, go sit in the corner. I'm working here. But you have to ask yourself, what are you working for? Are you working to do better, feel better, see better? Or are you working for a temporary gain? Don't use your life up doing nothing. On that note, I'm going to say peace out. Enjoy your day. It's very hot and humid where I'm at. Bye.